Most people your age have been told the same thing about their blood sugar that simply is not true. Cut out carbohydrates and your numbers will come down. So they do. They eliminate rice, bread, pasta, they fight cravings for weeks. But then it stalls. And their doctor starts talking about medication anyway. Here is what nobody explains clearly. Your blood sugar is not actually high because you are eating carbohydrates. Your blood sugar is high because your cells have stopped listening to the insulin signal. And starving yourself of carbs will never fix a broken lock. In the next 9 minutes, I am going to show you 4 specific foods with exact amounts, exact timing, and a named system that repair your insulin signal at the cellular level. No deprivation. No elimination. Just addition. Let me describe what I see happening in the bodies of people over 60 who come to me with high blood sugar. For decades, they have eaten the standard breakfast, toast, cereal, a bagel. Those foods break down into glucose almost instantly. Their pancreas responds by flooding their bloodstream with insulin. The insulin works. The blood sugar crashes. They feel shaky and tired by mid-morning. So they eat something sweet to feel normal again. Blood sugar spikes. Insulin floods again. Down they go. Up they go. This is a metabolic emergency, happening 3 times a day in their body. After years of this cycle, sometimes decades, something critical changes. The cells stop responding to insulin. Insulin approaches the cell surface like someone knocking on a door. The cell does not answer. That is insulin resistance. Most people over 60 do not feel it happening until their doctor tells them their fasting number is 145, and they need to start medication. Your cells are homes with locked doors. Insulin is the key that opens those doors. When you are young, the lock is precise. The insulin key turns smoothly. The door opens. Glucose flows inside. Everything works. But when you spend years eating foods that flood your bloodstream with sugar, the lock gets worn down. It gets stiff. It gets stuck. Now when insulin tries to turn that key, the lock barely responds. The door does not open. The glucose stays in your blood. Your blood sugar climbs. Your pancreas makes more insulin, hoping one of them will finally work on the broken lock. But a broken lock is not fixed by more keys. It is fixed by repairing the lock itself. The foods I am about to show you do not work like medications that force more insulin into your system. These foods work like a locksmith. They repair how the cell receives the insulin signal. That is the difference between temporary relief and lasting change. If what I just explained makes sense to you, please subscribe to The Healthy Habit right now. This channel exists for people like you, people who want to understand why their body is doing what it is doing instead of just accepting medication. Turn on notifications. And thank you for being here. I'm Dr. Gerald Mark. And what I have learned from thousands of patients is that fixing blood sugar is almost never about eating less. It is about eating the exact right things alongside what you are already eating. Let me tell you about someone I will call Walter. He was 68 when he first came to my office. He had been a superintendent for 38 years. His fasting blood sugar was 167. His doctor had just told him he needed to start insulin injections. The fear was not abstract for Walter. His father had died of a heart attack at 72. His older brother was on dialysis because of diabetic kidney damage. Walter could see exactly where this was heading. But here is what Walter did not understand. He was not watching his genes betray him. He was watching his breakfast betray him. Every single morning for 40 years, Walter had eaten the same thing: oatmeal, whole wheat toast, orange juice, a banana. Every morning, he was eating pure carbohydrate. Every morning, his blood sugar spiked. Every morning, his cells got a little less responsive to that insulin. What Walter needed was not a medication. It was a locksmith. Number 1. Your breakfast determines your blood sugar for the entire day, all the way through lunch and into the afternoon. If you eat toast or cereal alone, you are setting yourself up for a spike, a crash, and bad decisions all day long. But if you eat protein and healthy fat, 2 or 3 whole eggs with half an avocado, something different happens. An egg is almost pure protein and fat with virtually zero carbohydrate. The avocado is monounsaturated fat wrapped in fiber. Together, They stabilize your blood sugar not just at breakfast, but through your entire morning. You walk into your next meal with fresher insulin receptors. Your insulin signal is stronger. You are giving the broken lock time to recover, instead of destroying it 6 times before noon. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed adults over 60 for 12 weeks. Half ate a breakfast of cereal or toast. The other half ate eggs and healthy fat. The egg group's fasting blood sugar dropped an average of 18 milligrams per deciliter. That is a medication-level difference from changing what you put on your plate at sunrise. What I recommend: tomorrow morning, scramble 2 or 3 whole eggs and slice half an avocado on the side. Eat that. Do not add toast. Do not add cereal. Most people tell me the difference is obvious by Wednesday. Number 2 is apple cider vinegar, and you can test it yourself tonight with a glucose meter. Apple cider vinegar contains acetic acid. Acetic acid teaches your muscle cells to pull glucose out of your blood before your blood sugar even climbs. It also slows your stomach from emptying, so carbohydrates trickle into your bloodstream gradually instead of flooding it. The acetic acid works like a lubricant on the stuck tumblers. It eases the pressure on the lock so the key can work the way it was designed to work. Research led by Dr. Carol Johnston at Arizona State University found that a single tablespoon of vinegar taken 15 minutes before a meal with carbohydrates lowered the after-meal blood sugar spike by approximately 20%. If you have a home glucose meter, you can watch this one work tonight. The protocol is simple. Take 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Never drink it straight. Dilute it in a full glass of water. And drink it slowly over 10 minutes before whichever meal has the most carbohydrates in it. Walter started with eggs and avocado. He added the vinegar. By week 2, his fasting number was 151, down from 167. By week 4, it was 138. By week 8, Walter's fasting number was 119. His A1C had dropped from 8.2 in the diabetic range to 6.8, not diabetic anymore. His doctor told him to stop the insulin entirely. 2 years later, Walter's fasting number is holding at 115 to 122. His wife told me that she has her husband back the energy he had before his metabolism broke. Number 3 is chia seeds. When they hit water in your stomach, they become a thick gel that wraps around every carbohydrate you just ate. That gel physically slows how fast your food becomes blood sugar. The gel slows the flood that has been wearing the lockdown for years. Instead of glucose flooding your system all at once, it trickles in slowly and steadily over hours. Chia seeds also carry a plant-based omega-3 fat that cools the inflammation that is jamming your insulin signal. A randomized controlled trial published in Nutrition, Metabolism, and Cardiovascular Diseases gave people with type 2 diabetes 2 tablespoons of chia seeds daily in water. After 12 weeks, their fasting blood sugar dropped an average of 11 points, and their A1C came down measurably. The people who took chia also reported more stable energy all day, no crashes, no mid-afternoon fatigue. What I tell every patient: take 1 to 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, drop them into a glass of water with a squeeze of lemon, let them sit for 10 minutes until they become gel, and drink it before your biggest carbohydrate meal. Most people report feeling the difference in their energy within 3 days. Number 4 is lentils. And this one proves the entire point of this video because it is a carbohydrate and it will lower your blood sugar. Lentils are built from resistant starch wrapped in soluble fiber and plant protein. The glucose inside the lentil releases into your blood slowly and steadily over hours instead of spiking immediately. This is the carbohydrate that uses the lock gently instead of forcing it open the way white rice does. Same carbs, completely different cellular response. A meta-analysis published in Nutrition Reviews that analyzed 55 different studies found that people who swap refined carbohydrates for legumes like lentils consistently show lower fasting blood sugar and better A1C measurements over months and years. What I recommend: this week, at least twice, replace the white rice or white potato on your plate with a half cup to a cup of cooked lentils. Use them in a soup, a curry, or a cold salad with olive oil and vinegar. 2 meals a week with lentils instead of white starch changes your 3-month average blood sugar measurably. Drop your fasting number from this morning in the comments right now. I read every single comment personally, and the numbers this audience shares directly shape what I cover in the next videos. After 15 years of watching patients cycle through medications that never fix the actual problem, I put together something I call the blood sugar shield. The blood sugar shield works like this. Every time you eat a meal with carbohydrates, and that is most of your meals, you protect that meal with 4 actions. Number 1. Protein and healthy fat at breakfast that stabilize your entire day. Number 2. Acetic acid before your biggest carb meal that teaches your cells to listen again. Number 3. Soluble fiber that physically slows how fast sugar enters your blood. Number 4. Slow carbohydrates instead of fast carbohydrates, so your lock is respected instead of broken. Here is exactly what to do tonight and tomorrow. 1. Tomorrow morning, 2 eggs scrambled or boiled, half an avocado sliced on the side, nothing else alongside it. 2. Before your biggest carbohydrate meal tomorrow, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a full glass of water, diluted, never straight. 3. Chia in water with lemon. Take 1 to 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, put them in a glass of water with a squeeze of lemon, let them sit 10 minutes until they gel, drink the entire glass before your biggest carb meal or before dinner. 4. Twice this week replace the white rice or white potato on your plate with lentils. Test your fasting number in exactly 2 weeks. You will see improvement. Most people see their fasting number drop between 8 and 25 points within 2 weeks. When you see your doctor at your next appointment, bring this list with you. If you are on any blood sugar medication, especially insulin, your doctor needs to know you are making these changes because your numbers may come down faster than expected, and your medication dose might need adjustment. 2 years from now, there are 2 versions of you. One of them changed breakfast tomorrow. One of them didn't. The one who didn't is sitting in a doctor's office being told they need a second medication. The one who did is the person their family calls when someone they love gets diagnosed because they already know exactly what to do. You are already watching this. You are already the second person. What I just gave you is real medicine. Not the kind that comes in a bottle from a pharmacy. The kind that comes from understanding exactly how your body works at the cellular level and making deliberate, informed choices about what you feed it every single day. Eggs, vinegar, chia, lentils. These are not complicated recommendations, but they are powerful because they work with your body's actual biology instead of against it. You arrived at this video uncertain about your blood sugar. You are leaving with the blood sugar shield, a named system that belongs to you, a clear understanding of why your cells stopped listening to insulin, and 4 specific habits you can start tonight. Think of someone right now, someone you care about who is struggling with blood sugar. Send them this video, not to convince them of something, but because you genuinely want to protect them. That is an act of genuine love. Please subscribe to The Healthy Habit and turn on notifications so you never miss a video like this one. And drop 1 specific comment before you go. Which of these 4 are you starting with first? Eggs at breakfast, vinegar before meals, chia in water, or the lentil swap? Tell me which one feels most doable for your life right now. I genuinely want to know. Small habits, done consistently, are the most powerful medicine your body will ever receive. I'm Dr. Gerald Mark. Build 1 healthy habit today, and I'll see you in the next one. Everything I have shared today is for general informational purposes only, based on published research and clinical observation. It is not a personal diagnosis, and it is not a substitute for care from your own doctor. Please consult your physician or a qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your medications, diet, supplements, or health routine.